when I read the book the second time, when I reread the very first sentences of the book, I went, oh, right, there's the whole book in those first couple of sentences. That is literally the whole book. And it's something I've noticed about all of your books, Kim. You, like with Fleming, you must spend ages getting that opening sentence absolutely spot on. Is that right?
Absolutely. And that reminds me, actually, when I was doing my creative writing MA, I wanted to try and write my own crime series. And I had a great tutor who I went to him and I said, I'm having real trouble beginning. I've got an idea, but I'm having real trouble beginning. And he said, why? What are you doing? And I said, well, I've written out all of my favorite first lines from crime books. So, of course, the opening of Casino Royale was there. I said, I've written them all out and I'm looking at them and I'm trying to work out why they're such good first lines. And then I'm trying to replicate that. And he laughed at me so much and was like, well, stop that. And then he said to me, what are your favorite lines anyway? And I told him. And it was all, it was Ian Fleming, it was Raymond Chandler, John le Carre, Peter O'Donnell, all these writers going back quite a long time. And then he said to me, why don't you have any contemporary writers here? And I said, well, I don't know. I find that most of the thrillers and crime fiction that I read are really kind of mid-20th century. And he said to me, well, look, if you want to write a contemporary series, you've got to read contemporary crime, which was great advice. And he was really generous, actually. He gave me a massive stack of books, including Jack Reacher. And that was how I became such a fan of Jack Reacher. But one of the things that my obsessively looking over all these first lines gave me, I think, was an understanding of the importance of a first line and how I kind of have this rule for myself. I want the first line to encapsulate everything in the novel.
Mm.
And then I want the middle of the novel. So in the case of Double or Nothing and A Spy Like Me, they're both 50 chapters. I want chapter 25 to in some way be the heart of the book, whether that's thematic or character or story or all three. And the ending, you want to draw all of that together. You've got all of these threads, and then you want to draw all of them together and find a kind of umbilical moment for the story. It all comes down to this. Here's everything it leads to. This is the meaning. So yeah, for the opening line, a lot of time goes into that, and it changes quite a lot.